Very, very big welcome to you all for this, our first Diamond Gathering in 2017. Welcome to the energies of the new year. And as we were actually saying offline, it certainly has been quite an intense flow all the way through the festive season and into this period of the new year. And we're in a transition period where there's still a lot of purging that's being done at the same time as we're sort of opening up to new visions, new horizons, new opportunities, and the opportunity to invite in and prepare ourselves energetically to receive our own personal miracles. And they may be big or small, whatever it is, but this is the year where magic can happen. It's a year of initiation, it's a year of the new. The gifts of the new. So, welcome to all of you who have signed up and joined us for these wonderful first diamond gatherings of this year. And I hope you're going to enjoy this process. Now, you'll see a little quote on this first slide, which is something that I heard once I'd decided and put out the information in respect of the theme for these initial gatherings through the core column days and the gap days that we are still traversing up until February. But once I'd actually put that out, I came across this most wonderful quote, which was, "Miracles are love." And I thought, what a beautiful embodiment and description of what a miracle really is. Because a miracle manifests itself and can actually take place when we are in a space of receiving. And when we are in a space of receiving, we are basically in a place and space of love. And it's love for ourselves, love for our journey, love for our life, love for the universe, for everything that actually surrounds us, that really creates the energy and the attractive force for miracles to manifest in whichever way is relevant or right for our lives at this moment in time. The difficulty is very often is that, we say that we want a miracle and we want to try and define what we want that miracle to be. And we might want to specify it as X, Y, Z, and that's the only thing that's really going to make me happy in life. But when we are resting into the trust and the flow of life, those miracles can actually manifest in a myriad of ways in order to take us further on our soul journey, further on our path to keep us on track on our sort of diamond journey, if you like, and key to be able to create and experience that is love, being in a space of heart-filled love and appreciation and gratitude. So that's really what we're going to sort of focus on restoring within ourselves. So it's not necessarily just a love focused session, but the ultimate objective of reharmonizing through the process today is to be able to create the space in order to invite that miracle to take place. Okay, so let's have a look at where we are energetically in respect to the Tolkien. And this is what I was just saying to you guys offline before we started recording, is that today being Friday the 13th, I'm not sure if you can read this, it might be a little bit small, but Friday the 13th, we are here. You can see this is today's day. We are right in the heart of the Tolkien calendar. Heart, love. We have this alignment with the galactic core, this opportunity, this cosmic gift that's actually been given to us where we're at the moment. Now, also key to today, which is really interesting, is that the energies of today, while this is the mystic core column of the harmonic module, the actual day today is known as the white cosmic dog. And the white cosmic dog actually embodies and embraces the energy of truth and love and reconnects us with our heart. May the energy of the white dog help me to get connected with the truth from my heart and to feel unconditional love. So we really are being gifted with those energies of love in order to allow and create the space for miracles to take place within our lives in order to be able to see them. We are in the last day of the wave spell of the white mirror, which is about harmonizing inner and outer worlds. And also, the white dog, this day of the white cosmic dog, is guided or overlighted. You see this glyph here by the white wizard. So the guiding power is the power of magic. Love, magic, and miracles go hand in hand. So that's why we have such an incredible cosmic gift today. And then the solar tone is 13, which is about transcending. So we transcend all of the stuff that has actually been purging and been coming through previous cycle as we embrace the opportunity to move into a brand new wave spell. And tomorrow, we move into the wave spell of the blue monkey, and the blue monkey is about playfulness. So what we want to do is to also create the space and the energy for more play in our lives. And let's face it, after this frenetic activity start to the new year and through this transition, it's going to be really, it lightens things up for us to be able to create the space to play with life once more, because it is in that playfulness that the miracles are actually allowed to take place. Before I go any further, I actually wanted to share with you two stories of my own in respect of miracles occurring, because you may want to give a little bit of thought before we go into the process of just what the miracle is that you are looking for in your own life at this moment in time. Sort of what is it that you are seeking? And there are two occasions in my life where it stands out that I really, really experienced what can only be described as a miracle. It was just such beautiful synchronicity in the way in which they actually all worked out. And the first one was that is really prominent for me was when I relocated from South Africa and went to the UK in 2002. And I did what I really felt was guided. I did what I felt was the right thing at the time, and it was the right thing in the long run. But as often happens when we make a really big move in our lives or there's a big shift, it kind of appears as if your life falls apart to start off with. So I was going through a really, really difficult time, and the funds that I'd taken with me from South Africa kind of ran out very quickly. I couldn't find a job in the industry that I'd actually just come from. It was taking time to get things moving in a brand new country and to meet new friends, and I was just exhausted. After 4 months, I think no, it was a bit longer than that. I think it was about 6 months. I was just exhausted and I was fed up. And I was disillusioned and I felt betrayed because I trusted my higher self in actually doing this. So I really, really felt betrayed because nothing was flowing, nothing was working. But I was trying so hard. And that's a key thing, is that also when we are looking to invite in and allow miracles in our lives, we need to stop trying to make them happen. Because the minute we do that, we're trying to push the universe and push the flow in a different direction to perhaps what it needs to go or where it needs to go. So in this particular occasion, I'd been trying, and nothing was working. And I came home one day and I had a temper tantrum all on my own in my little cottage. And I stamped my feet and I shook my fists. And I just shouted and I said, if there's anybody listening, anybody, higher self, whoever it may be, I need a miracle and I need it now. I don't know what it is, but if nothing manifests in the next 48 hours, I'm taking myself out of here. I was so tired and I was so fed up. I just thought, that's it, I can't do this anymore. And if nothing changes, I'm going to leave, meaning I was prepared to leave the planet. So they was like really dire. And some of you may actually even be able to relate to times when you've actually felt like this. But I just said, that's it. That's it. If you don't show me something in the next 40, I'm out. I'm going. And this was before all the diamond work started. And it was really quite interesting because I went to bed that evening And I lay down in bed, and there was a presence in my room. And this presence, just very calming, I heard the voice actually say to me, "It's okay. It's okay. Just rest. That's all you need to do. Just rest." And that was the first inkling for me of sort of this process of surrender. This was, I just need to let go. I just need to let go of everything. And I did. I had the best night's sleep that I'd actually had in at least a month. And I woke up the next day and nothing much changed, but I just felt better. I just felt supported, and really felt lighter about things. So I got on with my day and did a couple of things, but I was doing them with a very different energy that day. And I suddenly thought, things are going to be okay. Whichever way they work out, it's going to be okay. I'd gotten over the major hump. Well, blow me down the very next day. So this is 48 hours after I had my tantrum. The very next day, I got an email from a friend in South Africa who said to me, um, our family, they owned their own business and ran their own brokerage. We just had a very good year, she said. And we've got some amazing bonuses. And whenever that happens, we actually like to share what we have with our family. So we consider you part of our family. And they were dear friends. We consider you family. So please send us your UK bank account details because we'd actually like to send you a gift, a financial gift. And hopefully it will support you over the coming period. And that was literally within 48 hours of me just asking. Well, not asking, it was like demanding. I just said, that's it. I need something, and I don't know how it's going to manifest. I wasn't asking for money, I wasn't asking for anything. I just said, do something, show me. And that was a really, really profound lesson for me in trust. And that's key to being in the space of receiving for miracles to take place, is the not trying to make it happen, not having preconceived ideas about how we want it to happen, and being in a space of ultimate trust and peace. So that's what we want to create today. Now, the second occasion that I actually had, and it was just synchronistic and absolutely amazing, a couple of people will probably know about it. Fast forward to 2013, when I'd been renting a house from somebody, and the woman was working away on contract. And in February that year, my mom had a major operation. So I took my little dog, Millie, and off we went up to my mum so that I could look after her for a couple of weeks while she came out of hospital because she wasn't capable of doing much for herself. So I went up there to do it. While I was away from home, I got a message from my landlady to say that she was actually needing to come home because her work contract had finished. So she was hereby formally giving me 30 days notice. So by the time I'd finished doing what I needed to do with my mom, I literally had less than 2 weeks to pack up my home, find a new place to live, and get out. And I was exhausted with all of the work that was actually going on. It was another one of those times when I just thought, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. Got back to the house, started packing up, started looking for a new place. Nothing would materialize. It just wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking right. And I just couldn't find it. And Anne is on the call today. And Anne is a dear, dear friend in Diamond Soul in the UK. And it was Anne that I phoned with literally 3 days to go before I moved. And I had nowhere to go. And I said to her, I really don't know what to do. I'm stuck because I'd kind of like started slipping into a bit of panic mode again. And she just said to me, Jules, pack up your stuff, put it into storage. You haven't had much time to actually find anywhere, but if you put it into storage, you can stay with your mom for a week, you can come and stay with me for 2 weeks, and while you're out of there, then you can find somewhere else to live, and something will happen. And I said, that makes a lot of sense. That's what I'm going to do. So I did. I technically became homeless. I put all my stuff in storage, and I thought, I'm just going to go and stay with my friend and my mom for a couple of weeks. Well, blow me down, and I let it go. I let it go. Again, this is really important. And on the day that I moved out of the house, everything went into storage. I had my little dog and half my belongings in the car, and I had to go and make a delivery of oils in the area before I actually traveled out of the area that I was in. So I did that and met the woman that I had to deliver the oils to. First of all, she was late. She texted me to say she would be late, and I said, well, it's no problem. I've got time on my hands. I'm okay. So the timing was crucially significant in this particular scenario. Took the oils in, had a chat with her. She says, "How you doing?" Blah blah. I said, "Well, technically, I'm homeless, but it doesn't matter what it looks like because I know that everything's going to be okay. It's fine. So if you know of anybody that's actually got a house to rent, just please let me know." And she just smiled and she says, "Well, I don't at the moment, but I'll keep my ears open." And blow me down, as we were sitting there, in walked another friend of mine to this particular place where I'd met the woman I was delivering the oils to. In walked another friend. And she said, "Oh, I've been meaning to phone you because I know you're moving house. How are you doing? Have you managed to find somewhere to go? It's lovely to see you, blah, blah, big hugs." And I said, same thing. Technically, I'm homeless. So if you know of anybody that's got a place, then please let me know. And chat, chat, chat. She says, she just hold on a minute. She disappears. She comes back 5 minutes later. She says, "I've got you a house. I've got you a house. When do you want to move in? It is fully furnished. It's ready and it'll be ready in the next couple of weeks. When do you want to move?" And I just looked at her and I just could not believe what had just landed in front of me. It was truly, truly a miracle. And there was a whole lot of timing issues that had gone on around this delivery because I couldn't get to deliver them before I'd moved. It had to be that day and then it was late. And it was this narrow window of literally 10 minutes, which enabled me to interact with this other friend who appeared at the same time, and she had inherited a house from her mom. She hadn't wanted to put tenants in, but she'd agreed to let it to another friend who that day that I saw her, that morning, an hour before I was there, had actually phoned to say she'd found somewhere that was bigger for her and her family, so the house was available. And I just stood there and you could have picked my jaw up off the floor. That's the kind of miracle that happens. It was like, I just need somewhere to live. But it's okay. I'll kind of go with the flow because I've got somewhere that I can stay. In the meantime, I've got a roof over my head. I'll be fine. And as soon as I let go of the stress, I let go of the worry, the miracle itself was allowed to manifest. I went with the flow of all of the events. And I really just want to share that with you because these kind of things, those are two really key ones that had a huge impact on my life and pulled me straight back into the place and space of trust. There have been many, many others at a small level and in a small way across the years. So that's really what I want to invite you into, is into that space where you can be in this place of absolute trust, where you let go of the anxiety, you let go of the worry, you let go of the preconceived ideas about how and what you want to be made manifest, and you allow the miracle itself to present itself to you without letting your conscious mind get in the way. It is a true harmonization, a true flow um, within the space of the galactic, what's the word? The galactic and cosmic influences. And right now, we have this opportunity to receive this gift because the galactic influences are primed for this particular opportunity in our lives. So I hope that that has value for you, that those anecdotal stories bring you hope and actually have value for you in moving forward from here, because they have truly, whenever I find myself getting into a situation where I feel that my back is against the wall, I remember those circumstances and I immediately allow myself to surrender and rest into the space and allow myself to open and receive and let go. Yeah, Rachel, it's really true. Rachel's just said, "I'm feeling this at the moment, trusting and letting go of control." Fantastic, Rachel. Thank you for that. Yeah, so it is my prayer for you that in whichever way the miracles need to manifest for you, that those take place in a way that is obvious and very clear, and that enables you to slide, surrender, rest into that place of trust in a very, very deep, personal, and profound way. So let's just have a little bit more on the energies of today. As Anne says, stop pushing against the door, step back, and it will open towards you with all that you need. Yeah, and we often think that's a great quote, and we often think that all that we need is sort of bundles of money and all the wealth in the world and what have you. When very often it is the smallest invitation, which is what we need. And that's the whole thing about letting go of preconceived ideas about what it is, because our higher self knows what we need, absolutely knows what we need. And I also know, yeah, that's absolutely it, from circumstances in my life, that I will always have enough, that I will always have what I need. And it's that we have been pre-programmed. We carry a lot of programs from our societal influences, our societal conditioning, that prime us to perhaps buy into constructs and beliefs that we need a lot more than what we think we do. Rachel says, we find it easy to advise others to do it, just difficult to do it for ourselves. Yeah, Rachel, that's so true. And those were my toughest lessons, was in fact doing that for myself, and really being able to say to others, it is possible. It can be done because I've been in that space. I do understand the challenges and the circumstances that many people actually find themselves in. And it's very, very easy to slip into analysis, into lists, and I need to do this and I need to do that. It doesn't mean, trusting does not mean not taking action. It means taking the right action. And you'll see how this actually fits in with the theme of the process today. um, the right action at the right time, in the energy, in the flow of total trust. And I know that a lot of you will actually get this, and understand it. So it's really a reinforcement of what you already know. For others, I hope that it really perhaps brings a little bit more clarity and will give you an extra tool to support you through some challenging circumstances that you may be facing. I do understand. Okay, so let's have a look. Links with the diamond. Again, we are in the heart of the Tolkien, the heart of the sacred module of natural time, which is what the Tolkien is. And as such, this aligns us very closely with the Hunabku, the cosmic heart, the galactic heart, the heart of our particular time-based system. And this heart, while it is depicted, a lot of you will have seen this before, so I'm just going to reiterate it for those of you that may be new to it. This is the symbol for the Hunabku, which is the galactic center, from which flows the energy that will actually support us, that enables us to reharmonize with a natural flow. But the Hunabku, you can see, is two interlocking spirals, intertwining spirals, counter-rotating spirals. And I want to remind you that whenever you get counter-rotating spirals overlapping, you actually create, look here in the center, you create the diamond. So our diamond enables us to facilitate this reharmonization, this connection with the galactic core on this particular day where we are gifted with the inflow of energy. So it's all diamond related. So that's just a reinforcement for you. Diamond alignments, absolutely. So for those of you that may not have seen this before, I hope this makes sense for you. You can just pop a question or anything in the chat room, if there's anything that you need to ask about it. So I don't want to waffle too much. I just want to show you, as it relates to the diamond, we're going to work with what the Maya understand and what was formulated by, or put together by Jose Aguilas, and it links with a diamond, as the 7 galactic directions. And these 7 galactic directions link, of course they do, with the axes of the diamond, of our diamond. So it's just really beautiful the way that it works. And what we have is the galactic direction of east we see on our left. And left and east relates to the dawning of wisdom, and bringing light into our being. So it's an invocation for us to be able to see things in clarity. So that's the invocation, that's the energy, among others, that we're going to work with when we access that direction. The back is north, and the north represents the darkness, the night, the place where things germinate. It's where our inner wisdom and the insights ripen within us. And it often that takes place in the unconscious, but we need to allow that process to take place, which is why we can't push things. We may have clarity, but until those aspects of wisdom and insight ripen and mature within our space, we will be unable to take action on them. So we need to allow that space and time. And sometimes that time may be a day, sometimes that time, depending on what it is that's maturing, may be a couple of months. It may be a year. But we need to be able to allow that to take place. So the miracle that we are looking for, the big miracle that we're looking for, may take a little bit longer than something immediate. It really just depends. Um, and on the right side here, the other direction, we actually have west. So the direction of west is what is known as the space of transformation, because this is where we transform the inner clarity, the insight, and the wisdom into action in the world. So that's the transformation of what is internal into something that is external. So that's known as the direction of transformation. And this just, it marries so beautifully with the overall essence and energy of the diamond. So these directions come from sort of the medicine wheel and a lot of ancient teachings and indigenous teachings, and yet we can translate them and work with them and utilize them within our diamond fabric or framework. So south, we would actually see to the front, and south is the space of the eternal sun. So it is harvesting the fruits of the right actions that have actually been taken. So that's our space and place of harvest. At the front of our diamond, the front of our grid also relates to our future, to the illumination, to the future opportunities that await. Okay, so those are the four key ones. Then we've got below, which is Earth, which aligns us with the crystal core of the planet and reharmonizes all of our being and our essence with the natural flow of manifestation through the material world, supported by our planet, through Mother Earth. If we go above, we've actually got what is known as the direction of heaven. That links to the star people and our ancestors. We're the ancestors and their gifts. It is a place and a receiving portal of blessings. Manuela, that's lovely. If I can just repeat that for those that are coming in on the recording, she said, I just looked back outside of my window and 3 deer ran into our backyard. Very special moment. It is indeed. And I would suggest that you guys may like to go online afterwards and have a look at what the meaning of the deer actually represents, because that's something that we can bring in. It is about innocence. It's about trust. There's a big, and it's about acuity of senses, because deer are so finely tuned as well. They pick up the slightest movement in the grass, the slightest sound, the slightest danger. They know when they're able to rest, and they know when they need to move. So there's valuable, valuable lessons in that. How beautiful, Manuela. Thank you. And then we have the seventh direction, which is actually in the center of our being. I know Rachel's just said perfect. It is absolutely perfect for where we're at and what we're doing at the moment. Beautiful sharing. So in the center, the um, central direction, if you like, is known as, or links us with galactic core, galactic source, which is everywhere at once. Everything that is known to us, everything becomes known as the light of source. And it is there that we achieve the true understanding. And if we recognize that all is the light of source, we are able to see and appreciate the manifestation of that source light in everything that takes place in our lives. It really is a place of rest and appreciation and connection with the flow of that source light through us, through the galactic core. The prayer of the seven directions, the Mayan prayer, is known as Ayum Hunapku Eva Maya Imai Ho, which means O Hunapku, one giver of movement and measure, all hail the harmony of mind and nature. And when we actually connect with those galactic directions and the essence of the prayer, what that enables us to do is it reconnects us with our inner self, with Mother Earth, with our relationships with others, and with source energy. And in the harmonization and reconnection of all of those elements and aspects, we are able to manifest the flow of miracles into our lives and to accept and receive them in perfect and divine timing. And one of the things that I just want to also share with you around that is that the natural output, honoring the portals of the seven directions, um, these are known as portals of blessings. So really think about this when we go into the process, that these are portals of blessings. It reestablishes us into a natural flow of insight, information, and energy. And it synchronizes us with nature's rhythms and with the rhythms of the universe, opening us up to the flow of love and miracles. So you can kind of see, I hope, how everything hooks together in this perfect moment, in this perfect time to support us with the harmonization and alignment that we are seeking to propel us forward into the new beginning, the miracles of the new beginnings of this year of 2017. So, what we are going to do also, and I'd like you to just, this is a very simple light code. We're going to work with the light code of receiving. It's known as receiving. It's been a long time since we've worked with this light code, but it's really so appropriate for the moment. What it really represents is the inflow of joy, of love, the creation of a container within us that is imbued with the essence of joy. Because when we are in trust, when we are in flow, we are able to experience more of the joy of our lives without the stress and anxiety and worry. So, this is a container that we build within ourselves, facilitated by the light code, that enables us to receive what comes in and to hold it, not dismiss it, not ignore it, not allow it to pass through, but to hold that within our space in an energy of love, appreciation, honoring, and in an emotion of joy. So it helps to transmute the anxiety, the stress, and the worry into um, and transform our being into a container of joy. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. How does that sound, feel, fit with you all? Oh, lovely. Good for you, Rachel. Okay, so you get it. Lovely. So let's just, I'm going to talk you through these galactic directions anyway. I just wanted you to get the visual sense of how they actually link with our diamond of being, with our connection to that universal source, this wonderful sacred day really, that we actually have been given as an opportunity. Okay, wonderful, guys. So if you want to make yourselves comfortable, Linda says already feeling it. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Love it. I'm just going to have a very quick drink of water. Okay. So if you guys are ready, close your eyes, let your eyelids just rest gently, one on top of the other. Uncross your arms and legs, allowing the energy to flow through your entire being. As you breathe in, and the minute you begin to focus on your breathing, there's an immediate sense of being able to let go, to rest into this space that we are in, into this time and place of reharmonization, of love, of blessing. Just breathe deeply in and out as you allow this to take place. Allow the flow through your being. Allow your breath, that life-giving energy upon which float and are carried streams of energetic diamonds in the oxygen of the very air that we breathe. Allow them to flow in like blessings on a breath of wind into your being, into your cells, transported into your bones. And as you continue breathing, you invoke or invite the diamond to form around you, your diamond, your sacred space, to take shape and form, so that it's anchored at the base of your spine, spreading out equally in all directions, left, right, front, back, above, and below. And your body gives an inaudible sigh as you surrender into this place of safety, of peace, of love, of blessing. And expand your breathing so that you breathe in through your diamond now. Continue seeing the flow of minute sparks of light, diamonds, on the breath that you breathe in from all directions. Let it ignite your grid. So diamond begins to pulse with a flow of energy through, already initiating the reharmonization with the galactic core. And like sitting on a beach in front of the rolling waves, as you feel your body begin to pulse and flow with the movement of the water, the natural flow of this earth's gift. So the water in your body and your diamond begins to ebb and flow, pulsing in harmony with the rhythms of the natural world, bringing you into harmony with the cycles of the moon, the sun, the stars. Just be aware of this subtle essence and awareness, this feeling of ebb and flow and pulse, permeating every aspect of your being. And we honor now these portals of blessings through our diamond, these portals that have been gifted to us and enhanced with the energetics of this particular moment, of this day, of this time. And take your attention now to the east or to the left hand side of your diamond. This is the house or the portal of light. It is the dawn. It is where wisdom dawns in us, so that we may see all things in clarity. Not only wisdom, but what also dawns and is gifted through this portal are the qualities and the essence of trust and of faith. Faith that no matter what, we are able to trust that the universe has our back, that our higher self is always there to guide us and has our best interests at heart, no matter how things look on the outside. Allow the blessings of trust and faith, of wisdom and of insight to flow through this portal on the left hand side into the center of your being, at the base of your spine. Allow the dawning of this insight to highlight to you any areas where that trust is lacking, any areas where this gift or this blessing may need to be used in your life. Not just used, but applied with consciousness, conscious awareness. Feel and be aware of the relaxation in your body as the gift and the blessing from this galactic direction ripples throughout your entire energy bodies and your physical body. Ask for any insights that may be relevant for you to be consciously aware of right now, to be made known as this energy flow strengthens and builds from the left hand side. What aha moment have you been waiting for? And take your attention now to the portal at the back of your diamond. A portal which connects us with the house of night and the galactic direction of north. For in this space and from this direction, we are gifted with the blessing of the ripening of wisdom, with the deepening of trust, so that we may know not only all from within, but we may know that all that we require can be generated from within. For if we embody the grace and the enormity, the magnitude of our grandest self, our cosmic self, there is nothing that cannot be made manifest through our physical form. So as this blessing flows through from the galactic grids, the galactic source, from the direction of north, be in gratitude for the receipt of this deepening of trust and wisdom, for the awakening of that which has resided in the darkness in your unconscious. Allow what needs to emerge from the unconscious that has been ripening for some time to arise within you, expand through you. What has been awaiting this perfect moment and gift as we stand supported and aligned with the heart of the Hunabku. Feel the cells in your body begin expanding. As what is ready to be brought into the light of consciousness now is pushed out or projected from your DNA, from your body, from the tissues. What awareness is required of you in order to create or invite the miracle into your life? Spend a few moments connecting with this flow, with this blessing, and with what is slowly emerging within you. And you take your consciousness now to the right-hand side, to the portal with the galactic direction of west, the portal that represents the house of transformation, the blessing of transformation, where wisdom, trust, and insight are transformed into right action in the world, so that we must do, or so that we do, what must be done for our lives in order for that miracle to be made manifest, in order for that pattern, that tapestry of our lives to be woven around the miracle that is waiting for us. What action, what insight, what trust requires transformation into right action. And as you receive the blessing from this portal, from this flow, the enhanced wisdom emerging within you, the greater clarity of insight, provides you with an impulse, with a knowingness of what is required of you in this moment, right now, in order for you to receive your miracle. Listen, hear, and feel for the impulse that arises, the transformation that is to take place for you, within you, and around you. And take your attention now to the portal at the front, which represents the galactic direction of the south. The blessing and the gift of the eternal sun, and the gift from this direction, from this aspect of galactic support, enables and facilitates you to reap the harvests of right actions that are taken. And so we complete the 4 directions so that you may enjoy the fruits of your life, the fruits of your application of the fundamental principles of trust, creating space and allowing the maturation, taking right action. And in the light of the eternal sun through the front portal, portal of south, you receive the blessing and the rewards, for they await you. You may like to think of this as what awaits you in the future, just waiting for you to step into that space that is created for you. Take a look out through this portal, for as you receive the blessings through it, you receive the image of the future you, standing and enjoying the gifts that your personal miracle brings to you. What is it that is presented to you in this space right now, as your body opens to receive this inflow of sacred energy? And all 4 directions are held in balance through the structural scaffolding in the form of your sacred diamond. And you take your consciousness now down to the portal below, in the galactic direction of Earth. And this represents the house of Earth, where we are gifted with the blessing of the heartbeat from the crystal core of our Mother Earth, and she gifts us with the harmonies to end all war. And this is not just external war, it's the internal wars that go on within our being, the conflicts between what we think we want and what our higher self desires for us. Spend a few moments allowing yourself to receive this harmonizing gift from the planet, from the crystalline core of the earth. The peace, the love, and the support from the material world, and allow the inflow of blessings through this galactic direction to highlight for you any areas of tension, stress, or conflict, and begin to eliminate, transform, and reharmonize those so that you are in a perfectly held position to be able to step forward into your miracle. Feel the pulse and the flow extending all the way up to align with your heart, strengthening your bodily structure, strengthening your resolve, strengthening your core of peace. Take your attention upwards now to the galactic blessing portal above, to that which connects to the heavens, for this is known as the house of heaven. And as you take your consciousness up, you see an opening of golden light, a funnel that connects you into the realms of the unseen, the home or the gathering place of the star people and the ancestors. For many of our ancestors are star people, those that are born, travel, and bring their knowledge, wisdom, and gifts from among the stars and the galactic environment. And the invocation is to allow their blessings to come to you now. And as you turn your consciousness upwards, imagine now this receiving light code infiltrating your diamond, settling into your being, stretching out like arms to receive the blessings from above. For within the container that you have created, you are able to manifest those blessings through insight, wisdom, trust, right action, allowing, and surrender. So you hold the container within you. Almost feel, be aware of that light code imprinting into the physical nature of your being as the vessel, the container, overlays the very central portion of your diamond. And those blessings are received on streams of light. And as you watch, you see the star beings, your star family, and the ancestors connected all through these fibers, these strings of light through the galactic diamond grids, orchestrating events in order to make manifest and to bring those blessings into your life. As you connect, you're aware of a reinforcement of inflow through all of the other directions of your diamond. And you willingly surrender to receive all into the holding vessel of the receiving light code in your being. Be aware of a stirring in the root, the heart, the center of your diamond, the base of your spine, as you are gifted and blessed with this inflow. Take a look around at the events that are being orchestrated by the star people and your ancestors, and notice if all is in alignment with what your own insight has provided you in respect of your personal miracle. Is there a dissonance between what you think you need and what is being created for you? And if you feel there's a dissonance, you may be aware of some of those portals, some of the axes of your diamond shrinking. Become aware of where this may be happening, which direction. Are you actually restricting the flow of energy and blessings into your being by investing your energy in any preconceived ideas? And as you become aware of this, simply expand your breathing. Reconnect with your highest self and with the heavens above, and allow yourself to surrender into this moment, back into the space of trust, and everything gently opens up and begins to flow again. And take your attention now down to the center of your diamond, to the seventh galactic direction, representing the galactic source, the divine source, the creative source that is everywhere at once, omnipresent. So it exists not only through this portal, but this portal opens up to connect you with everything possible and the potential, the fullness of the potential of the universe. May everything be known through this blessing, through this portal, as the light of mutual love. Love for you and love from you. Open to receive that blessing into your being through this galactic portal. And in turn, all the love that is generated within you is given back out through this into the universe. There is a recognition that all is love. And in that ultimate space where all is integrated, all trust, wisdom, action, and support, all is integrated as love, then this becomes your space for the manifestation of miracles. Take a look around to see if the seams around you and around your diamond, out in the tapestry of life, have they changed? Be aware as you extend your awareness out through each of the fibers and you connect into the galactic grids of the levels of reconnection to others, to relationships. For without relationships, no miracles are possible. To your inner self, where do those fibers interconnect, run through you, and enliven and reconnect you more deeply with your inner self? For without your inner self, no miracles are possible. Take a look at your connection with Mother Earth, at the strengthening of this. For Mother Earth is our support in the material world. Without her, without this energy, no miracles are possible. And finally, take a look through all of the grids at your reconnection with source energy, at the brightness of your being through the influx of source energy into your diamond. For without source energy, there can be no miracles. For all of these are love, and you are love made manifest. Be aware of yourself and your diamond now in this integrated, individuated form, connecting through the galactic diamond grids to the heart of Hunabku, to the galactic diamond, the source of all creation for our manifested life in this universal space. Feel your body begin to pulse as you harmonize and synchronize with the flow and with the focused energy of the white cosmic dog, that which enables us to connect with the energy of love more deeply, as this emanates from the galactic core through and into your diamond, into your receiving vessel of the light code. Feel the heat and pulse of this energetic flow throughout your body, the brightness of your diamond as it is enhanced, strengthened, brightened, enlivened by all of these blessings from Galactic Source on this day. You are the miracle that you seek. You are all of the components of that which you need. You have the capacity to create your miracles by surrendering into the space, to this moment and to this time. And take a deep breath in now and breathe out as you experience yourself as a container of divine light, as an extension and an expression of cosmic source, as the fuel and the fire for the manifestation of the miraculous out in your life. Breathe deeply. And there is no need to release anything, for you are everything. And you are connected with everything. So you hold that light code. You hold your space. And be aware of the gentleness and yet the strength that is imparted through these blessings, through these galactic portals right now. And you take that gentleness and strength forward through the rest of these sacred days. And may you be blessed with the exact miracle that is perfect for you at this moment in time in order to revive and restore your life, your being, your purpose for the next step forward. Take a deep breath in and rest into the knowingness as you breathe out. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes and return to the space, to consciousness. And welcome back. How are you doing? You know, our time is doing some really weird things at the moment. So, how are you feeling now? I love it. There's a lovely English expression as well, which says, when someone is actually in a new relationship and they're really in a space of bliss, they refer to being all loved up. And that's the expression and the sense of what I get at the moment, of just what I'm feeling at the moment is just feeling all loved up from this blissed out, from this connection, reconnection, reinforcement with divine source. It's just beautiful. Rachel says, wow, that was amazing. Really brought together some of the things I've been experiencing recently. Wonderful. Yeah, this is a state and place of bliss. It is that space and place from within which the magic of miracles can actually take place. How beautiful is this? So I'm really hoping. Did any of you get any insights onto or into where? Oh, that's lovely. Sorry, if I can just read this for you guys. Rachel's just said, I recently heard a wonderful way of thinking of faith. Full acceptance in the heart. Oh, Rachel, that's beautiful. Absolutely. Wonderful way of actually connecting with it and describing it. I love it. Because that's what it is. Faith and trust. Hmm. What about the rest of you? How are you doing? Trigger word, apparently. What Linda says, feeling in a whole higher newness of grace, gratitude, and receiving. Brilliant, Linda, because this is the whole essence of this, because we step forward now into um, a prime opportunity of being able to create the magic that we um, require in order to fulfill yet more of our purpose in our lives. And that requires a newness, an expansion of being, a deeper level of reconnection. Each time we go through one of these 260 day cycles, we land at the heart. And it is always a cosmic gift, a brilliant opportunity to restore, revive, renew. Manuela says, when focusing on the north, a black cobra came up. Oh, that's interesting. Don't know what it means. It was hungry and I fed it until it was feeling full. That's fascinating. You know also that the symbol of the snake, and that's it. That's really interesting because the north represents the night, the darkness, and the darkness represents very often the depths of the sacred feminine. And the snake also is a symbol for the sacred feminine. So there's obviously quite a bit going on there, Manuela, in respect of those connections. I think that's some really powerful insights there. We've got lots of energy running through my body, especially hands as usual. I don't know, Rachel, because I was also aware of the energy running through my hands during that process. There was suddenly a pulsing and an opening up through these directions, through these portal gifts. So definitely a strengthening of the universal flow. Yeah, feeding with the light. Feed. Oh, Linda, yes. Oh, brilliant insight into the snake. Feeding it till it was full, feeding it with the light. Very interesting insight there. Yeah. Because the darkness, what's also interesting is the darkness holds the seeds of the light. The darkness holds the light within it, condensed within it. So it's almost like more light pouring into, very, very interesting. There's a wonderful symbolic connection. More light actually pouring in to the unconscious in order to ripen what has actually been in there, in order to enable that to germinate or re-emerge. Fuel for the ripening process. Very interesting. Will be interesting to see what emerges for you guys in the days actually following this, because we're still in a special time. So Rachel says, my front door faces directly south and the back north, and a diamond on the front of my house. Oh, isn't that brilliant? I love the symbolism. It's just, it's amazing. And there is so much information for us because our unconscious mind actually works and operates and recognizes the language of symbols before we actually had spoken language where those symbols became letters and words and numbers and all of the rest of it. We had symbols, we had shapes, we had symbols which actually held a broad context rather than just a single meaning or a word. So they encompassed a package of information. And that's really where our unconscious and that dark area takes us into, is into that language which we inherently know. So Manuela says it was ferociously hungry, then really content. That's beautiful, Manuela. Also bear in mind, of course, you've got the snake and the link with Kundalini in the core column of the diamond. Yeah, we got a planet of hungry cobras right now. Helio says, I'm not sure where I've been, but I do truly feel blissed and all loved up. Well, you know what, Helio, that's the most important thing. Okay, yeah, those are Hebrew symbols on the image. Rachel wants to know what the symbols are on the body inside the diamond. Those are Hebrew symbols, and they are related to the sacred tree of life. So they're sacred fire letters. We don't really need to go into detail with that right now. But yeah, that's what they are. They're sacred fire letters, also symbols. Pamela says, I'm buzzing. My whole body is buzzing. Oh, I love it. You guys are so wonderful. Do you know what? I so love sharing space with you in this community. Fire is apt. I went very hot during the process. Yes, hot and buzzing and blissed out and loved up. What a beautiful way to actually complete a process that is at the very heart of a sacred cycle. That's just, I love it. I love it. And you guys are absolutely wonderful. So, have we got any other comments? I really hope for those of you that are coming in later and getting the recording, I'd love to hear from you too in respect of your experiences with this particular process. Um, so it would be wonderful. I'm going to obviously get this posted up on the web page as soon as possible so that everybody can benefit from it in these energies. We do have a crossover between today and tomorrow at the heart of the Tolkien, at the heart of this sacred cycle, because it's not one day that's the heart, there's actually 2 days where there's an ending and a beginning. So we actually have sort of this 48-hour crossover period where we can make the most of these energies. So it would be lovely also for you guys to work with the process again. So, Rachel, I'm feeling a really strong sensation in the middle of my chest. Is that in the heart area, Rachel? Yeah. So between the normal heart and the high heart, as well, that's where a lot of the energy would be gathering, accumulating, going up to your throat. Very interesting. So that's energy moving up from the central node or the central portal up into the heart, bridging the ultimately bridging the mind and heart and going up to the throat. By the way, that's also very significant because the throat is the center where we experience the letting go of control. So there's obviously some bridging happening there, some areas that are still possibly requiring greater surrender. So take a look at what actually comes up for you if you're feeling the energy in these areas. Yeah, I can almost feel what you're talking about as you're actually saying it. I can feel it in my body. Yeah, so the throat is where we surrender to an authority that is actually higher than ourselves. And it's where we often get constrictions in the center when we have issues or conditioning around authority in the earthly on the earthly plane. So it does represent a really, really deep place and point of surrender. So be aware of that, everyone else that's actually listening. If you do feel constriction in the throat as a consequence of this, there's obviously a very deep something coming up from your unconscious that is requiring surrender and letting go. Have a look at where the control issues are at play in your life. What am I trying to control that I need to let go of in order for that miracle, for my miracles to be able to manifest? So Manuel is saying, my daughter just came up to me with a throat issue. Ah, how fascinating is that? You know, and we're talking trust, surrender, control, faith, and all of those are issues of the heart that require us to let go of preconceived ideas. Aha, there you go. Oh, isn't this just beautiful? The synchronicities that actually take place with you guys in these gatherings are just really, really beautiful. So Manuela's saying it makes sense for her. So for the rest of you listening, be aware of that as a consequence of this process. That's it. It's quite fascinating, Rachel, that you noticed it first. Manuela's made a note of it because I can actually feel also as I'm sitting here talking to you guys a tightness in the throat. I suppose, so Rachel says, I suppose our whole home is encompassed in these energies we're working with. Yes, absolutely. Bear in mind the amplification effect of what you do in your diamond. And the minute that you actually anchor that, the effect reaches out into your environment to the tune of, depending on how strong your diamond is, a minimum of sort of 12 feet, extending even way, way, way beyond that. So you, as a central point, you doing the diamond where you could literally encompass your entire home with the diamond energy. Now, this is interesting because Linda's saying, I feel it also. I call it an energy hairball. Interesting, Linda. Thank you for sharing that. You're in the throat. So I think what's happened with this is that, I mean, we are all carrying many, many generations of conditioning around authority, around the masculine overbearing of the feminine, around this ability to be able to surrender, because we've also been taught, not just in this lifetime, but over many, many lifetimes, that in order to actually make something of your life, you have to work hard and you've got to put in the effort. And but it's done from a personality perspective. It's not done from a surrendered trust perspective. So, yes, we need to take action, but we need to take action from a place, from this east node where we have the faith and the trust, and we act in accordance with the insight and the wisdom, not in accordance with the dictates of the external world. And we've all been very, very strongly conditioned and programmed around the opposite way of what the universe requires of us in order to make manifest. So Rachel said, I suffered with throat problems my whole childhood. Very interesting. Yeah, I did too. I actually had the most unbelievable tonsillitis. And I know I look back at, sort of things that were actually going on in my life, and it makes perfect sense. So I think we may all find through investigation, through self-reflection, that there are aspects, behaviors that we undertake that are still reminiscent of those control patterns that we're being required to actually let go of. So I'd be interested to hear from you guys, what you experience in the days that follow. And Rachel's also made another very interesting remark. She said, it's the sort of feeling I get when I'm anxious, but I'm not feeling anxious. You're not consciously feeling anxious, but I think this particular process has triggered or has hit up upon something that is in the unconscious. So it's almost like an unconscious anxiety that is not recognized as such. And what is happening, our bodies, through that tightness, through what's going on in the throat, are telling us that there is something arising. So let's be in a space of allowing and allow that insight to emerge from within us. I think we all have some very interesting insights that may transpire from this. So, as always, I just want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you all as a diamond community, because coming together in the way that we do is what facilitates the manifestation um, of deeper purpose and alignment in our lives. And I've just had a comment here in the chat room where Pamela said, OMG, I also had problems in my throat as a child, leading to removal of my tonsils at one point, never being allowed to speak and speak my truth. Absolutely. That's what it is, and that's not being allowed to speak because the words or what was required of us to say was always dictated to by an external authority. And that's really when we talk about speaking the truth, we're speaking from a place of internal authority, because we have actually aligned with and enlivened that within us. And that's really what this process is doing right now, too. So I look forward to hearing about your insights and your miracles, big or small. Don't miss a single nuance or synchronicity in respect of the miracles that begin taking place in your life. No matter how small it is, take note of it, because when we do that, the power and the energy within that space begins to grow. The levels of trust intensify, and the ability for those miracles to actually happen also is intensified. So be aware of that. We're going to continue with a slightly different process, but with an intensification of this when we meet again on the 29th. So Rachel's also said, thank you, everyone. Honored to share my light with yours. We are all born and individuated expressions of the galactic center. And at this moment, it's just so beautiful to see you all as diamonds connected to the one central diamond of creative source at the heart of the Hunabku. And I thank you, thank you, thank you for being there. So wonderful to connect, comment with the group and the Diamond Light. We're in such an amazing time. We are blessed indeed, Linda, and gratitude to everybody, and certainly from my heart to yours. And here's wishing you an abundance, a flood of miracles to take place in your life. So between now and the 29th, please let me know. Thank you all so very much. I love you dearly. And I'm just so grateful for you as the community. So good night, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I look forward to the next time we connect. So much, much love. Love, light, and miracles for 2017, as hell you said. Absolutely. Love you all. Thank you.